How's it going, everyone? It's March 31st, 2025. I'm in my greenhouse here. I'm gonna give you a quick update on the pawpaws. So, all the pawpaws are blooming. We got some that are already in the male stages. I harvested some pollen off of this, and I was pollinating with a chicken feather. This is what they look like in the female stage, and these are the ones you want to pollinate, the green ones. If those ones never got pollinated in time, they're not going to get pollinated at this point. It's too late to pollinate these flowers, but this is where you harvest your pollen from, and you have to cross-pollinate to a different variety. But what I also did is I brought in some fish, some decomposing fish, and it smells a little bit like rotten meat in my greenhouse, for the sake of getting the flies to come in here. And the flies have been flying around and buzzing around in the flowers, so I think it's working. We'll see how many pawpaws are actually gonna set fruit, because this is the Shenandoah and it's just loaded with flowers, just flowers everywhere. Oh, there you go, there's evidence. So there's flies in there. Doesn't want to focus on that flower. Anyway, difficult to focus the camera, but there's flies that are pollinating the pawpaws. So I think the rotten meat method works. A lot of people seem to get pretty good success. I didn't have to hang it in the tree. I just put it right under the tree. I kind of scraped away some of the mulch, laid the fish down, and then when the pawpaws are done blooming, I'm just going to cover it and leave it as fertilizer. Just put it in the low spot, and then I'll just cover it, so then my greenhouse doesn't have to continue stinking. Well, that's pretty cool that there's so many blooms this year. Also wanted to show, this is Allegheny. Oh yeah, the fly just came out of that flower. Allegheny is loaded with blooms as well. But also, like, I have some seedling. This was a seedling, like a 3-year-old seedling. See, it says NC1 seedling. And then I grafted NC1 onto it later. And so NC1 blooms a little bit later, which I think is a good quality. But look at this. This is below the graft. So this is the seedling that's actually blooming. And that's been happening quite a bit with all the seedlings that I've been grafting to and leaving a couple of the lower branches. So here's a lower branch, and we got flowers and flowers on the seedling. That's a Allegheny seedling with mango grafted to it, and then I tried grafting again, and another graft failed because I grafted a little bit too late. Tried grafting a Benson on it, but look, that's the seedling coming from below the graft that's blooming. My apricot tree with like 12 varieties bloomed pretty early this season, and I did end up getting a bunch of apricots to set. These are all little apricots, little green apricots. This is tomcat branch. The rest of this tree is Flavor Delight Aprium, and then over the Flavor Delight Aprium I grafted a bunch of other varieties. So maybe I'll get to taste Flavor Delight Aprium this year. We'll see, because there's little apricots here and there if they hold and don't fall off. Also, I left a branch from the seedling apricot from the bottom, and it's also produced some fruit. Some little apricots are there on that small branch. And this seedling's only 3 years old, so you can produce apricots 3rd year from a seedling if the conditions are right. Here's also more pawpaws, and that's also seedling, Allegheny seedling, and look at how many flowers on the 3-year-old seedling. There, that's the seedling branch, and then that's Susquehanna grafted to it. The Susquehanna is not blooming, but the seedling is blooming below it. So that's one thing you guys can do, is leave a branch of the seedling, and it's also going to serve as a pollinator for the tree. This is KSU Chappelle blooming. KSU Chappelle. There's all my persimmon seedlings. These pawpaws were indoors, that's why they're all leafed out. Those are all my other pawpaw grafts from last year. Probably close to like 20 varieties of pawpaws now. This is a little columnar peach, still in a pot. There's all my dragon fruit. These peaches are grafted to plum rootstock, and they were also indoors for the winter. That's why they're so far ahead of everything else. Figs are starting to set fruit. I planted some tomatoes already. I got some tomato set in the greenhouse, already blooming. There's all my apple seeds planted out for my apple breeding project from this year. So I got some hybrid hazels that I'm gonna plant out later, put them in pots for now. So yeah, just a bunch of pawpaws, NC1, Susquehanna. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, this is my self-fertile Jenny kiwi that gave me 2 fruit last year. We'll see if it gives more fruit this year. So, oh, and these are just rooting some evergreen cuttings. This is Leyland cypress, and that's the Golden Rider cypress. This is the Chief Joseph pine that I purchased last year. And another tomato plant. So yeah, that's the greenhouse update for now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.